Hello YouTube, this is Carl, that BMX guy, and today I just got something I wasn't expecting so soon. This is my new titanium frame. So before I unbox it, we just had this made last year, or since last November to about, I guess, July or August. Yeah, so there's really nothing wrong with it. It's just, I don't know. So what happened was that there was the Philly Bike Expo, and it just so happens the people, Carver Bikes, the people that made these forks that you see here, and these handlebars, as I try not to knock things over, that I just showed in another video not long ago, maybe a month ago, or 2 months ago. So those are new titanium bars. These forks I had since 2014. The other handlebars are actually on the 125R, the first one I had made, the bare metal one. And then now I just have this extra chrome frame, because the black one's right there. This is sort of not fully assembled, but this obviously isn't assembled at all, because I just took it apart for a new frame. So let's just take a look at that guy. Let me see if I can get this to open easily. Not really sure how it opened. Let's try to cut myself because I can't really look at where the screen is and where my hand is. Kind of looks like it's like that. Okay, so you see I have like these computers that you see right here are going to be on YouTube showing what they are. That one's pretty much exactly 10 years old, and then that one's like 14 years old. I did build another computer in the prior situation of building this custom thing that you see here that is completing slowly, so when you see the next video it's going to be completed, or at least closer to completed. So here we got the box. It's unveiling. Of course, it's very packaged. Try to make sure I didn't show my label. So it's a little interesting, this package. The box is probably heavier than the frame. Feeling how it is. So there's the frame in question. Packing. Ooh, look at these stickers. They gave me even more stickers that are red, so I could put maybe on the forks or maybe on the frame too, to give it some color. So let's just get all this stuff off. Yeah, let me just unravel it and be back in a second. Okay, so after some intensive box removing, we got it out there. As you see, it is little titanium. It is very light to the touch. It came with a C-clamp. I wasn't really expecting a C-clamp. But this should be 31/8 on that C-clamp, right? And a 27-tube post tube. And hopefully a straight gauge, because a straight gauge would be ideal, you know, because I don't really want to worry about having a weld right here like I see on some frames. That will just break. The thing is, you don't want too many welds in titanium, because, like, you know, the strongest point of the frame is the tubes itself. You add all these welds and cable holes, other things, but yeah, so the specs on this are, it's a 20.5 top tube. Standover from here to here is 8.5 versus 8.25 on the standards. It's more like the Speedwagon, in other words. It has skinnier tubes, which this is 1.25, that's 1.5. Just gotta clean off crap. Cantilever studs that are removable, that I have to thread in. Maybe use red thread lock. Yeah, we'll use red thread lock for that. It has these Surly style dropouts or fork ends. They're not just one piece though, they look like they're actually, you know, made to size. I'm looking at the welds. The welds are nice. One thing you may notice is that the back end is set to narrow. So compared to standard, where it can have like a 2.1 tire in there, this will have those 28mm tires. So it doesn't need that much width. So I made it so the back end was nice and narrow. It also stiffens it up a little bit, especially with the straight bottom tubes. The other thing about these tubes is that they're tapered a little bit. They go from like 3/4 to like 1 inch, but they're not tapered this way, so they're more like 5/8 above, or yeah, maybe something like that. The seat tube extends high above this tube, so I can put the seat at my right height, and maybe even a little bit lower than what I put on that one. Your bottom bracket. Your bottom bracket has a stamp of approval. They even serial numbered it. Stamp of approval, which I can't really focus on. I guess just has, and there's also a hole there. I'm told it's an argon hole where they fill the pipe with argon when they weld it. That gives me a rest assurance that they did weld it without getting oxygen into the welds, at least down there. Also makes it so if I ride in the rain, when that little keyhole fills with water, because that's what happens, the rear tire just sprays water right down the keyhole. It'll spray right down in there and just sit right there in the bottom bracket. With that hole there, it drains. There's other ventilation holes, and the cool thing about it is that they have these, I guess they sanded it after they sandblasted the logos on there, which is actually pretty neat. You just can barely see them. I was thinking maybe to try to do a anodizing over those some way, but I don't really care about that. It has the cable guides that you would have normally on disc brakes that are hydraulic, so it makes it easier to take the cable off when it's a normal brake cable. As far as how loose they fit, we'll find out, but it makes it so like if I want to take the brake off for any particular reason, like to paint it or just sand it or clean it, I don't have to worry about, you know, readjusting the brake so much or taking the brake out of the noodle and destroying it in the process. I don't know who makes the seat clamp, but yeah. So what is the difference between that and this, other than the rear end is titanium. It still has an integrated head tube. It's a normal integrated head tube, nothing fancy. Nice cutouts inside for minimum weight there. There's no weird holes in places. The brake bridges are just normal round brake bridges. So let's get a weight on this guy. So we know that this one weighs 4 pounds 4 ounces. We know that this black one weighs 3 pounds 15 ounces. Let's just take this out of here for a second. And get this stuff up here too. This is my spare front wheel for the other bike. If I don't want to use the dyno, I can just use that wheel. Just move it out of the way so it's a little easier to do things. Okay, so I'm just gonna set up this on scale. I'll be back. So after nagling, make sure that thing's on. We'll just tear it. Make sure, you know, it's zeroed. So we'll just weigh this standard chrome frame. Now the chrome added maybe 4 ounces to the frame. There's also a C-clamp, so we'll just weigh it with the C-clamp. So it's at 1 kilogram, 930 grams, or 1.9 kilograms. How about that? We'll look at pounds, 4 pounds, 4 ounces. So that's 4 pounds 4 ounces even with the C-clamp on there. So maybe it's like 4 pounds 3. I'm gonna give or take on that one. Let's see how much this one weighs with the C-clamp. I don't think the C-clamp has that much weight. Okay. So we're looking at 2 pounds 13 ounces, or 1.0 3 kilograms, okay, 1.28 kilograms. So that's really light. We'll see how that feels later on when I get it together. But I have to say that's pretty decent. As far as how it looks, it's pretty good. They did a pretty good job on the welds. All the welds look pretty nice. They're nice and simple. I hear good and bad from everyone's frames made by China, but they go through a quality control frame. It's pretty decent. So there's no holes anywhere that I see. Cable guides are on there pretty nice. They sanded. They must have spent a lot of time sanding this thing. That's all hand brushed. The only thing that I don't really like is removable brake mounts, because they like to walk loose with the paw brakes. But with normal P brakes, they don't really have a problem. Like the Avids, for example, they use this spring hole. It just sits on this. If this is a little bit loose, it won't really affect it. Other than might squeal more. So yeah, we'll just get some red thread lock on them before we put the brakes on anyway. When I start assembling this in the next video, because I'm not going to do it in this video. There's just too much going on right now. But yeah, I gotta thread lock those guys. One of these goes in deeper than the other for some reason. Maybe because they're different. Yeah, we look at them, they're very different. You just drop them on the ground. This one's feeling like it's titanium. Well, this one feel like it's titanium too. I don't know. Maybe I'll just change these to steel. These are steel ones I have lying around. They look like they're the same thread. Anyway, there's a new Carver custom titanium frame. I believe this back end's like 14 5/8 all the way forward. So if you want to know the length, the bottom bracket's the same. It's basically the same specs as the standard frames. Yeah. So the next video of this is going to be assembling it. I would add the stickers in the video, but maybe I won't. I do have plenty of stickers for it that it came with that I can just add to it to add some color to it. Like, you know, that Carver sticker on the C-tube. Maybe other things. So the general idea on the price is like it was that much. I'm not going to say it in the video. But yeah. Like I say, that came out pretty nice. And yeah, this is that BMX guy, and thanks for watching.